morning. Today is May 18th. I am so happy to be talking to you. Okay, so today I want to go over the kind of work that I'm learning in chiropractic school. And I feel people might not know what it is that it takes to get to the license. And so I want to share a little bit about it. I've been in for almost a year, 4 quarters, and I've had to take a couple classes again, so I'm kind of at like 3.5 quarters, and the whole program together is about 3.5 years, which is similar to the medical program, but instead of having longer breaks between spring and fall and having a summer break, we really just get maybe a week or two between each quarter. So we go for 4 quarters. I've been in 4 quarters. At the end of this one will be a year. And so I'm going to show you guys my schedule almost and my notes for the school. So quarter 1, overlapping material. Oh, here we go. So I organize these in a different way. I was organizing them by week. This is histology. Histology is studying the tissues, the composition of the tissues in the body. There's a muscle, and there's a smooth muscle tissue, and you learn about all these nucleated. There's columnar. There's striated, cuboidal. These are just different words for different types of tissues. And all the different tissues are composed in a different way to make up the bigger tissue, which is your muscle. That's your bicep. So that's histology. We took biochemistry. Wow. Biochemistry is crazy because you learn so much of it, and then you kind of I want to be able to probably take the pKa of, this is like hydrochloric acid, off the top of my head. I would like to though. But biochem is really cool and really useful, and it's the basis of what we do in science because it's biology and chemistry, put together, and that's pretty fun. And this is a hard topic for a lot of people, but we get through it, and we learn and we learn and we learn, and hopefully we retain it. Anatomy and physiology of all these different systems. This is just the quarter 1 material, so we kind of go pretty deep into the anatomy and right away, because the school is made up of 14 quarters, and so you have 3 months per quarter. 3 months per quarter. And there's 14 quarters. And so what I had to do to get into school, I got my business associate because I wanted to learn how to run a business and be a chiropractor first. And then I had to get prerequisites. I got that from the City College of New York, and I highly recommend that school, and BMCC is like the best. So if you're in New York City, definitely City College, BMCC. So basically, I had to get prerequisites, 24 credits in hard science, chemistry, bio, with labs. Half of these 24, 12 credits had to be with a lab component, and that's what I had to do to get into chiropractic school. And sometimes, maybe, I don't know if these prerequisites are necessary for all schools, or maybe that was when I got into school, and I don't know if they are requiring these anymore. So basically, if you don't know your basic sciences and you're getting thrown all of this in a 3-month period, it is a lot to learn. So this is the bread and butter. Here we go. Just for fun right now. These are the eye muscles. This is the bestest thing I like a lot. I would like to know by the back of my hand everything about this. Anyway, that's just personal. That's for fun for me. And this, and the muscles. The muscles, the brain, and the body. I love it. Anyway, fun for me. So here we go. Sorry, I just brushed these little doggies and now my nose is running. Okay, so health terminology. We learn everything in medicine. This is, you can tell I started getting distracted. Basically, we have to learn the language so we can speak to other professionals and talk about what's going on behind the scenes of these patients' findings. We learn digestive system, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is just gonna keep going. I would say the first quarter of chiropractic school was the hardest, because all this stuff is just brand new information. Over time, they're gonna keep repeating. So then we go learn the bones, anterior, intertrabecular sulcus, bicipital groove. It's on your arm, your shoulder. You have your scapula and your spine. There you go. And then after we learn the bones, we're learning spinal biomechanics, how the bones move in relationship to each other, because basically when traumatic things happen, or you're born with some issue, or gene expressing in an unfavorable way, it's actually really awesome that chiropractors can go in and move the bone back into the place that it's supposed to be at if it were to translate to another place. And so that makes these people avoid surgery in the future and pain, suffering. I think it's really fun to know that healing is possible outside of pills and surgery, which are totally necessary in so many instances, but I really like to learn more. So this is a vasotherm class. This is using different technological tools to find out things about the body. We learned that, and that's chiropractic. Quarter 3, muscles. I learned about the bones before, and then now I'm learning about the muscles in quarter 3. Arteries, nerves. We learn on these anatomy tables. We don't use cadavers anymore at my school, but these tables are pretty detailed in the composition of the body, so that's pretty neat. Nutrition. We learn all about nutrition and the governmental nutrition, basically, and what it has found through its research on how hormones can affect the people, how their diet and their food intake affects people. So that's pretty cool. And this is tied in with the biochem. We learn chiropractic principles, which is really fun. I enjoy it. I think not many people know exactly what chiropractic is or what where it came from, the ideas and the philosophy that it has, and all of this plays into treating patients the best way that we can. And so it's pretty cool that people had figured this kind of stuff out, and now I can go to school and learn it. So I would actually really like this picture. This is like a modulator for music. We have like synths, the pedals. If you're into music, that like pressing this button is gonna maybe distort your sound coming through like your guitar, and that's a good, cool way I like to think about the thalamus, which is in your brain, and the thalamus tells different areas of your brain, basically so many things go through your thalamus on the way to where they're going, except for your olfactory nerve, which is your smelling nerve, and that is cranial nerve 1, and that just goes straight up to your olfactory bulb. But that's not what I'm talking about here. The rest of it, there's 12, so 11 out of the 12 cranial nerves go to you through your thalamus. Your thalamus is like this modulator that spits out information to your system to function in the way that it seems best fit. So chiropractic philosophy is not just woo-woo, like crazy stuff. It's actually just trying to communicate the ideas that can best serve patients. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm going to keep going through this. This is just quarter 3, and we have 3 months in the quarter. We have we learn parasitology. I'm taking this a second time, but so we have like 3 months but really it's not. It's like 11 weeks, because then we get a break. By week 5, 6, 7, we're taking midterms. And then by week 9, 10, 11, we're taking finals. So basically it'll be like 4 to 6 weeks of information that we take a midterm on it. and then another 5 weeks, and then we'll take a final on it. So we're pretty much studying this stuff all of the time. Hey, there's that muscle. Remember the muscle that we learned in histology? Yeah, now there's a parasite in it, and that is freaking disturbing. And I'm having to take this for the second time because it just I couldn't wrap my mind around this information. It was difficult for me coming in. Now that I'm in the class again, it doesn't bother me too much, which is probably for the better, because, somebody comes in to your office with this, and you can't be like, ew. You have to be like, I can help you. Sorry, I'm laughing. It's not funny. I'm just being uncomfortable and nervously laughing because... Okay, I'm gonna get it here. So... Oh yeah, by the way, we take intense radiology classes. We have to learn all about the bones through radiographs and CT scans, MRI. This is fun. What is this? Joint space tube angle matters to accurately... Okay, so this is the person getting the x-ray taken by the aliens, and, yeah. Can't get too distracted sometimes, but I actually like that picture a lot. Picture of it. Let's keep going. On top of classes, and so many people at my school, we have opportunities to take different clubs. So this is the Myosynaptics Club. Dr. Mark Ellis founded it, and we meet once a week, and then also go to... I'll actually put this online because that's private, but we go and meet at the school, for Neuro Club 2. AK, and we learn extra things on top of what we're learning in our classrooms, and that's pretty fun. Eye movements, again, love it. So I did a presentation on mirror neurons. It's on my website, brainplasty.com, if you want this PDF, and just about how the eye movements are translating to our life, and that's not what this video is about, so I'm going to keep going. Alright, so we're at quarter 4 finally, which is this quarter. I'm taking Mopel 2, which that's where I took Mopel 1, and that just means that we're learning how to be chiropractors, how to check each other out, and we feel each other's necks, and we feel the way that our bones move, and then we can get our practice in hands-on this way, so we can be ready for patients when they come into our office. Another radiology class. Chiropractic school, especially the one that I go to, Life, has extensive radiology program, like I said. This is just the very beginning, and so, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's cool to see what's going on in the body. These are my notes. This is kind of like my schedule. I put in... I haven't been going to Ellis's on Wednesdays, but I have been seeing another doctor on Mondays. I dropped this class. Haven't been doing that, but I'll go to Brain Club, the Neuro Club, on Wednesdays, Myosynaptics. On Tuesdays, I go to Artistry Night on So neuro, myo, artistry. I'll go to like adjusting seminars on the weekends to learn extra stuff outside the classroom, because as much as we learn inside the classroom, it takes a lot to become a good chiropractor, a good doctor. What is this? This looks like a good note. I might have to do another video on this note. I like it. I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna put it into my brain blog. And that's how it's done. Alright, let's just keep going because I'm almost done. This class is crazy. I really like it for drawing purposes. You can see what is going on. So this is just learning about how we breathe, which is awesome because everybody is breathing all the time, using the toilet, drink the water. Okay, alright, let's do it. That's your nephron. It's inside your kidney. I just saw a kidney. Where's the kidney? There's the kidney. So that's your nephron, and you have like 1 million of them in your kidney, like that. It filters out these different ions and water, and can creatine. It'll absorb drugs and urea and all these different byproducts of your system functioning, which is really good for biochem to know that stuff. You get potassium excreted. Too much potassium can kill you, but you also need it to live a lot. So anyway, here we go. The nephron filters out all these things. It goes into your bladder. You excrete it into the toilet. The toilet puts it into the water supply. The water supply is filtered, kind of like how the nephron filters out bad stuff. It filters out bad stuff and it keeps the good stuff. That's what the water supply filtration system is doing, which is really cool. If you wanted to get into like water recycling, that's probably a pretty good industry to have people work on, since there's more people in the world every day and we all excrete our business, and it's gotta go somewhere. And so it gets filtered, and then it goes into the water. Drink the water, and then the cycle continues. Pretty cool. We learn inflammation, which is really awesome. This is probably a really good thing to know for living life in a comfortable way that's not gonna make us in too much pain and suffering. If we can reduce that inflammation, then our body systems can work more efficiently, and we can live longer and have happy, healthy, and safe lives. This is my sword. Let's go. Okay, on top of the that's supposed to call VIS, visceral physiology. Along with the physiology, learning the anatomy. The anatomy is pretty cool. It goes into nerves, veins, arteries, supply and demand of these different organ systems. I really enjoyed learning about the heart and how that functions, and the circulatory feedback that it does. that's pretty cool what the liver does. And then, so like I said, I'm back in parasitology, and baby, I am back better than ever. Like, check out these notes. You know, I'm doing better. I got a 70 out of 80 on my midterm. And that's like an A. So proud of myself for that one. This is funny. I drew this like on this paper that I'm supposed to read. And every time I pull this up, I think it's a real bug. So I'm kind of getting myself there. And yeah. And then soon, last but not least, like part 1 means part 1 of boards. We have to take board exams, 4 of them. So I'm working on 1 out of 4. Basically testing our knowledge on all of these things that I just went over, and that way we can get the license to practice. So boards are a separate entity than the school. We have life, then we have boards. There's other schools, but I go to Life U in Georgia. Then boards are separate, and then so we take all these tests at Life, and then we'll take all these tests at boards, and then in between there is this thing called Irene Gold. And Irene Gold basically are more classes you can take to get prepared for boards. Because this is getting you prepared to be the doctor and pass boards. And you know, a member of the society within the chiropractic philosophical way. Boards is straight up like A, B, C, D. Is it this, is this, is it, is it? So this really helps you get to, it's this. Alright. So that is it. I've been in for a year and I have 950 notes. Then these are my personal notes. And I'm gonna leave it there. So thank you again. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.